Hello and welcome to the episode 3 recap of the Courtship. Now, I've been checking for this show every day last week and it finally became available on Friday. I don't know what's going on with the scheduling. It is a little chaotic, but I guess we'll just work with what we have, right? Anyway, there are 11 suitors left, and in episode 3, we start out with Mr. Mumbry bringing the daily tea. They're going to be playing cricket in this episode. Nicole mentions wanting to spend some time with Mr. Safa because she noticed that he got along well with her parents last episode. I knew that that would be a good move for him, but he's very much a jock. Sure, he's fun, he really stands out, but I don't know, what would they talk about? New York guys kind of fading into the background. Nicole hasn't completely forgotten about him though. She says that she doesn't want him to think that she's too into him, so she makes him sweat a little, try a little harder. I mean, he was the guy who got the first kiss, remember, and the first individual date. There is this moment when she chooses him to be on her team, and he just kisses her on the lips randomly, like they're dating. So, I mean, they have properly made out before, but this just really caught me off guard for some reason, and I don't know, maybe rubbed me the wrong way. The other guys are also really taken aback by it because everybody's just kind of kissing her on the cheek. Since Nicole didn't express any discomfort, I assume she was fine with it though. I guess I always just thought that the kiss, any kind of, mouth kiss, was a moment that happened on their dates and not just randomly. Okay, so some high drama happens then. Nicole's best friend Tessa ends up chatting with Mr. Safa and she asks him if Nicole is usually his type, and he says no, he usually goes for dirty blondes. So right off the bat, he says, no, she's not usually his type. He also mentions that it's been a while since he spent time with an attractive woman. Really, Mr. Safa? And I thought he was talking about Nicole, but he's actually talking about Tessa. I don't believe Nicole and Mr. Safa have actually spent any time together on screen anywhere. It's cringy and awkward as heck, but not surprising. I mean, not to perpetuate a stereotype, but I'm gonna. And just say, I mean, who do we think this guy dates? So the issue isn't that he is attracted to Tessa and not really attracted to Nicole. I mean, you can't really help who you're attracted to, but I really don't like this. It's a weird vibe. He admits in his testimonial that he was distracted by Tessa and that he needs to balance his feelings or attraction to both Tessa and Nicole. This guy is the worst. Nicole's sister then steps in and she wants to shut it down. She's like, we have to tell Nicole. During this cricket game, it's kind of Mr. Mumbry's time to shine. He's a Brit, so he's played cricket before, and it's always nice to see the more shy guys start to open up a little. Mr. Kim surprised me this episode as well. He's showing that he's in the game, the one to win Nicole's heart, I mean. He mentions, and I don't believe it's for the first time, that he got his heart broken, so it takes him a minute to trust. I get that, but you volunteered to be on a dating show, so you might need to put the baggage aside just for a minute, because I don't actually know much else about him other than his heart got broken. Anyway, it's nice and surprising to see them connect though, so who knows, maybe this will be the slow burn that will win out in the end. I mean, I doubt that, but I don't see him going home anytime soon. I think Nicole is intrigued. Guy with the amazing jawline, Mr. Chapman, is very invested in the cricket game, so he's not really using this time to, cozy up to Nicole, which is fine, but at one point I think she mentions that his good looks will only get him so far. He's gonna be on notice. Honestly though, I don't know. On the one hand, I think it was a good move. I mean, I wouldn't want to be crowded by the affections of these men constantly, but on the other, he might need to step it up. The man of the match ends up being Mr. Mumbry. He'll definitely live to see another week at least. As I said, it seems to be the week of the shy guys. So Nicole is on this cute date with Captain Kim, and the Italian guy with the hair, Mr. Castronovo, goes and cuts in. They have a laugh, but I don't know what to say about him. Not very notable, but he is a nice guy, and her parents really like him. By the way, there seems to be kind of a tense rivalry, especially between Captain Kim and Mr. Castronovo. Mr. Safa then tells the guys that he's into Tessa and that he felt something. And by the way, when she asked him if he saw himself with Nicole, he said no. I mean, I know this is meant to bring the drama, but yeah, it feels kind of gross because he seems a little bit smug about it. And, I get that he's not attracted to Nicole, but the way he's going about it, it just feels kind of disrespectful. I don't like it. Anyway, Nicole chooses Mr. Holland for her individual date, and they're going to go on a horse ride and have a picnic. He tells her that he has something to tell her. He has a 1-year-old daughter. Nicole, ever gracious, takes it in her stride and says that if they end up together, she could see herself in that world with his kid. This isn't a deal breaker, which is actually really nice because I like Mr. Holland. If he could just remove the nose ring and the earring, I would like him even more. Anyway, they have a fantastic, easy chemistry. They have a laugh, and he's a good guy. I can see this. I think he's going to be safe for a couple of weeks at least. He might be in the final few. Anyway, it's finally time for the final dance. She chooses Mr. Chapman, not very surprising because he wasn't really present this week, and this is a game show after all and a competition, so if you snooze, you lose. Mr. Shanklin, the singing guy, she told her friends before that she wasn't sure there was much chemistry there. Honestly, I'm surprised that he's still in the game. Obviously, Mr. Safa and Mr. King and Mr. Castronova. Right. So now she's going to choose 2 guys to go home, I believe. So she's about to start her dance with Mr. Safa and she stops it and she goes, "No, I can't dance." And she says to Mr. Safa, "I know what's going on. I know that you're not here for me." She says it's fine that he's not attracted to her, but that she sent other guys home who were, and that's a pity. It's a very don't waste my time energy. She's really straightforward but tactful. And just look at how scandalized Mr. Mumbry is by everything that's unfolding. It's really kind of cute, because I was kind of scandalized as well. Nicole and Mr. Safa say their goodbyes, and you would think that that would be the last of it. But no, this freaking guy goes over to Nicole's best friend Tessa, and he's like, "Can I just..." And everyone's like, "No, get out of here." Nicole stands there then in the ballroom and she asks everyone, "Look, does anybody else need to leave? Don't waste my time." I love her. Anyway, she has her dance with Mr. Chapman and he's very pretty and he says the right things in the moment. He's staying. I haven't decided on whether I actually like him beyond the looks though. I don't know if there's any there, you know? Then she and Mr. King have a teary goodbye. I didn't even think he was the one, and I knew he'd be going home sooner rather than later, but the goodbye kind of hit me. It was really heartfelt. So 9 suitors remain, and just as the show is about to end, there's a knock on the door, and 2 suitors arrive. Anyway, that was actually a really nice ending to the episode. She obviously made the right decision about who to send home, but I remember last week, was it Mr. Kessler that she sent home? He was very much a Mr. Darcy type. He jumped into the lake for her. So I think that's who she was kind of regretting, but yeah, he probably wasn't going to, be the final one. Anyway, yeah, that's just the game. Anyway, that's it for this recap. See you next week whenever they make the show available. Thank you for watching.